I grew up on I-70, about 99 miles east of here. And I remember as a kid when they started the construction to put the overpass over the interstate there in Park. And I remember that certain sections we would drive and then all of a sudden we'd be back on two-lane. It's switched back and forth. And I know how appreciative everyone was when the final piece of I-70 was completed and opened up.
He himself had a pilot's license, but he didn't have a driver's license until he left office at the age of 71 in 1961. As a military man, he didn't need it. And as president, he had Secret Service, and he settled, and we did too. We settled right next door to his farm in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a nice small town. And now he had no Secret Service. The Secret Service left the outgoing presidents until Kennedy was assassinated, and then they were reinstated. So he actually felt like he needed a driver's license. Now, my grandfather, on a personal note, if you don't mind me deviating, was a gadgets person. He loved fast, flashy, just gadgets. In fact, their computer systems in those days were, 3 rooms large. What I'm right now reading my notes off of, 3 rooms. And he loved it though. He thought it was awesome. So you can imagine getting behind a nice car. He had a wonderful time. He'd take it out for a spin all the time. But unfortunately, there was a little bit of military lead left in his foot. You can imagine in Gettysburg, with a population at the time of about 2,000, he was one of Gettysburg's most recognizable citizens. And he would take the car out for a spin or whatever, and you could see the policemen rolling their eyes and going, "Here he comes again." And they'd stop him and they kind of let him off with a warning and say, "Please." But finally, I remember one day at the farm, the chief of police came over for a little visit. And he and Granddad had a Coke, and they sat down and they were chatting. And the conclusion of this conversation was that Granddad needed to find a different hobby, which he did. And he hired a driver. Today, I wear out I-70, and I admit that I feel touched and honored when I see the signs for the Eisenhower Interstate System and the General's 5 stars. I admit that I blow a kiss to it once in a while I'm driving. And during construction season, it's a kiss and a fist. But again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for honoring Granddad and for remembering him through the Eisenhower Legacy Transportation Program.